Do you believe you're in full control of your thoughts? Are you convinced that your decisions are logical and objective? Well, not exactly. Today, prepare to be shocked by the subtle mind tricks that have been manipulating your thoughts every single day. From how you shop, remember, love, and trust to how you act. Welcome to the topic, Be Amazed, Mind Tricks That Change How You Think, where your perception of reality will never be the same again. 1. Confirmation bias. This is the tendency to seek out or interpret information in a way that confirms pre-existing beliefs, regardless of its accuracy. In a study by Nickerson, 1998, participants were split into two groups. One believed horoscopes were real, the other didn't. Both groups were given the same generic horoscope, yet each group saw what they wanted to see to validate their belief. We live inside thought bubbles, where facts are filtered through personal beliefs. That's why online arguments often go nowhere. Everyone defends their view and rarely listens. 2. Priming effect. Just a single word, image, or brief experience can subconsciously prime your brain to make completely different decisions without your awareness. Psychologist John Bargh found that when participants were exposed to words like old, slow, and frail, they walked slower afterward than those who read neutral words. Walking speed decreased by 13%, purely because of the words shown before the task. We're not as logical as we think. A headline, a scent, a color, any of these can alter how we behave. That's both scary and fascinating, but by understanding it, we can begin to regain control. 3. Groupthink. When part of a group, people often conform to avoid conflict, even if their individual opinion is more accurate. In Solomon Asch's 1951 conformity experiment, 75% of participants gave the wrong answer simply because everyone else in the group had. 3 out of 4 people were willing to ignore what their own eyes told them, just to blend in. This explains how mass delusions, from financial bubbles to fake news, can spread so fast. Individual reasoning is fragile in the face of social pressure. 4. The Dunning-Kruger effect. People with low ability tend to overestimate their skills, while the highly competent often doubt themselves. In their 1999 study, Dunning and Kruger showed that low performers overestimated their abilities by 30 to 40% on average. The world isn't just full of people who don't know. It's full of people who don't know they don't know, and sometimes they rise to power. That should concern all of us. 5. Choice overload. More choices don't always lead to better decisions. Too many options can overwhelm us and lead to indecision or regret. In a 2000 study by Iyengar and Lepper, when shoppers were presented with 24 flavors of jam, only 3% made a purchase. But with just 6 options, 30% bought. Reducing the number of options increased the purchase rate tenfold. In an age of limitless information, what we lack isn't options, it's the ability to filter and focus. Now that you've learned about these mind tricks, have you recognized yourself falling into them before? I have. Many times, in fact. So many that I began to question even my own thoughts and decisions. But here's the empowering part. Awareness is power. Once you understand how your brain can be manipulated, you can start to take back control. You can begin to see the influence and choose how to respond, instead of just reacting. Because in the end, critical thinking isn't a gift, it's a skill. And skills can be trained. If you found these insights valuable, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves to think deeper.